Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Panic Attacking, the podcast where we look at anxiety and comedy and everything in between and read your anxiety topics. I'm Andrew Chavone.
And I'm Steven Rogers.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Full disclosure, everyone. All right, my girlfriend made spaghetti. It smells like sauce in here.
It's
Is that a
saucy.
good? It's like we lit a Barilla candle.
I feel like a mob meeting in the back of an Italian restaurant.
Hey, don't check behind the toilet. There's some waste back there.
How are you? You're either getting better shirts or getting buff.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know where that turn was going to lead.
Where do you think it would? Where else would it go?
I don't know.
You're either getting better shirts or I'm lonely.
Yeah. No, I think I'm wearing less layers. You know, it's hot back here.
That's it? You're not exercising?
I do go for a jog at least once a week now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I got these running shoes that are specially padded where I just have to put my foot down and it,
Bounces.
yeah, bounces. So it's literally made out of like flubber. So I'm just like bouncing around in the park.
You're jumping over buildings.
I'm playing basketball with Robin Williams.
Now, so that and the fasting, I think you just look great. You look like
Yeah.
you're in better shape.
Yeah, so before I didn't do any exercise, just fasted. Now I fast and I exercise. A little bit improvement here, but I tweeted this, and this is true. I had Burger King last night, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I woke up feeling like I just had 12 beers. Like, it was such a shock to my system. And I couldn't sleep either. I was rolling
Yeah.
around. I was all hyped up on the salt.
You had
and
a Whopper of a hangover.
I had a Whopper with a side of sad. Dip that in ketchup and tip your king. But
Oh, man.
yeah,
You were chicken fried.
I was.
Remember chicken fries?
I think they still make them.
Really?
Or they still, maybe it's seasonal, but
Maybe.
They
There is seasoning on it.
they do. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when they first came out, I was highly disturbed because I was like, chicken isn't supposed to look like this. But
Right.
neither are nuggets.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of things that chicken's not supposed to look
They're
like.
not supposed to look like dinosaurs either.
And the bird is, but not the nugget.
Yeah. So once I got over that, the chicken fries are pretty good. They're easy to eat in the car,
Yes.
which is, anytime I eat chicken nuggets in the car or any sandwich or anything, it's all over the place. And the seat looks like a buffet basket. It's like a salad bar. There's like lettuce and a tomato.
A sandwich is a horrible car meal.
Yeah, but when you're driving, or I'm just I get it and I eat it in the car, and then I'm like, that was pretty good. I get up and I look down.
Well, like a burger, I know a burger, I guess you could put it under sandwich, but like burger is good in the car because it's like compressed.
Right.
But like if you look at like a deli sub sandwich, there's air between each ingredient and the bread. You know how it's like one bite and it's all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because your force of your mouth coming down pushes out everything. Like,
Yeah. The meat's shooting out the butt of the sandwich, and
what do they say? Like, explosions follow the path of the least resistance. That's why something with exploding grenades, you're supposed to, like... In our... This is this is a weird memory lane, but...
you ate a lot of Burger King, and you're an exploding grenade.
Yeah, exactly. It's poison gas.
Like the sauce.
Yeah, it's World War I. Literally mustard gas. Eat a lot of mustard.
Ketchup and mustard
Honey
gas.
mustard gas. Chicken fries. Yeah, in ROTC, they would we did this exercise where we had to like fake search each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pat downs?
Well, like say you killed somebody in the battlefield,
Sure.
you have to like look through their pockets. That's like
Oh,
a big
you had to
part.
lay there and be searched.
Right, yeah. And then sometimes the instructor will yell out, "They got a grenade!" And what you're supposed to do is roll them over and just sit on them. And I guess
What?
when the grenade goes off, it just goes either side of them instead of going through them into you. So
Wow.
that's like what it's like when I eat Burger King.
You found a coupon in the guy you killed in his pocket.
Yeah, so we'd be in this lesson where we'd be in the back of the school where we're like sitting on each other and some guys yelling out explosion. People looking out the window must have been like, what the heck is happening?
Oh man. Amazing. How long were you in ROTC?
It's funny, like, I think like I was supposed to be in there freshman year, but I think I slept through the first thing or whatever. So it was like second semester of freshman year to like the last semester of junior year when they were like, you're not physically fit enough.
You weren't fasting back then.
Yeah, I wasn't fast either.
You didn't have that one jog a week.
That's right.
Or the flubber shoes.
I needed both. All right. So I feel like we didn't get in enough topics last week, so I was thinking about maybe opening with one.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I freaking left my phone over there.
Wait, I have my laptop.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, pull that out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big stretch. Because I don't know if you realized, I kept looking over there because I realized I left it over there.
I did notice that you made zero eye contact.
But now I know you have a laptop. My
I thought you were
shoulders,
having
my shoulders are relaxed.
I think you were having PTSD about the Whopper.
Actually, I realized I'm not even sitting in this chair properly.
So let's get into one here.
Okay, this is from just now or last week?
I'll do one from just now, just because it's at the top.
Okay, that's good.
We
Wow,
have
you look like a professional DJ or something. You got the headphones, mic stand,
and it goes a little something like this. We have, I think, a 2-for-1 here with two different people, but it's about the same topic.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So Joe Ford tweeted, waiting to hear back about a comedy festival I submitted for, also sending videos to bookers and just waiting for a reply that may never come. And Steve Katz wrote, figuring out how or who to ask to get booked.
All right. Well, this is, intertwined. It's all comedy related. If you guys are comedy fans out there, it's a little behind the curtain. You have to get used to rejection. That's it. You have to get used to silence. You have to get used to no. You have to get used to having silence, following up, and then get told you're terrible because they don't want to tell you at first.
Right.
And, you just got to not let it bother you, and you got to keep going until you're good at, like I would hear these podcasts when I first started comedy where it said, be undeniable and you won't be denied. And I thought, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Does that string of words make sense to you?
I think undeniable.
But now they do. I'm just hypothetically.
I think the problem that string of words doesn't make sense. But often, like a lot of sentences said on here on the podcast.
Right.
But
no, yeah, I know.
I think what I'm realizing, and you and I are been doing it the same amount of time, which is 8 years, and it's not very long in the grand scheme of how long people have been doing comedy.
Yeah, I guess it's long in the terms of life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like an 8-year-old boy, that's old. I mean,
well, yeah, he can drive, he can drink.
But he's not a baby. He's he can.
He can eat dino nuggets.
Yeah, he can make his own food.
But I'm realizing things are cliche because some things are cliche because they're true. Like just focus on what you can control. Have fun on stage. That's all you should worry about. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is important to have fun on stage because if you're just focused on your jokes, you look like you look horrible.
Yeah. Or focused on getting booked again, you're not gonna have as much fun, which is someone they want to book.
Right. They want to have a funny person.
Yeah, funny.
It's a big part of comedy. Yeah.
Yeah,
being funny.
So I think as far as the festival thing, unfortunately, the best advice I can give is get used to it because you and I both get rejected multiple times a year.
But I get rejected less now than I used to.
Right.
I used to get rejected for everything.
Yes.
Even the worst possible
Yeah.
show you could imagine. Imagine just the worst show. It was in a hostel basement where people are making spaghetti and you have to perform.
Right.
And the guy was like, yeah, I'll put you on the list to perform, maybe. And he never got me on.
Right.
That's the worst show ever. And I couldn't get on it.
All that happens is the rejections get less. That's all that.
Yeah.
But then you try to go after. By the time your rejections are getting less, you're trying to get bigger things, so your rejections almost stay the same.
That's true. It's a balance of rejection, but the rejection is less painful because it is a more important thing. And
Yeah, and it is normal. It's not. You're not special if you get rejected.
But then you look back. Like I look back when I asked these people to get on shows, and I would be like, I wouldn't book me either. I was horrible. It's a miracle I got booked.
Right.
I couldn't. I had no. I'd do speaking in front of people for 8 months. I didn't know.
Right.
I had no business being in front of anybody. So,
Yeah. And worrying about who to ask to get booked, I would just worry about killing, and then those people will see you.
Yeah, exactly. And figure out other ways to get on stage that aren't talent related, because there are some places where you do
You
things.
can bark. You can do the social media for the show or
Yeah.
photography.
Make flyers. I mean, there's other ways to get booked, and I mean, they're not the most classic ways, but if you're horrible, it's a way to get on stage. I'm not saying you guys are
No.
horrible.
Horrible meaning you're learning.
You're learning, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did. I
Yeah.
talked about it before. I barked. I stood in front of the comedy club and said, free comedy show. And I never spoken to anybody before. So
Right.
it was good practice to talk to people.
And it helps with, exactly. It helps with your social anxiety.
Help with social anxiety,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So that was a good one to open up with. Wasn't, I guess they're just asking for comedy advice, but do we have like a mental health one? Yeah,
I've
let's
got
get
one. James J. Van Winkle 2112. Oh, maybe a Rush fan.
I hope so.
Uh,
Sam J, 2112?
James J.
Oh.
Van Winkle might be related to Ronnie. But
Or Rip.
feeling intense pressure from my family and shame and judgment about my future.
Man, these are like bad fortune cookies.
Yeah, it does say here 14, 37, 62, and 83.
Imagine you open a fortune cookie, it said that. Your parents will.
Your parents are worried about your future.
You'd be like, oh my God.
Oh, man. I'm
no,
not hungry anymore.
but on all serious, Mr. or Miss Van Winkle, who is it?
Mr.
Van Winkle.
Yeah, 2112.
Well, you got great taste in music.
Yeah.
That was the album that pulled Rush out of the rut.
Yes.
They almost got their record, almost dropped them, or record company, because we just saw that documentary.
Yeah, it was really good. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's a form of love, the pressure of, hey, we want to make sure you're okay. We want to make sure that you're, on your way to be able to take care of yourself money-wise and maybe home-wise.
Well, it's amazing that the bar is pretty low out there. All you have to do is, I mean, all my parents wanted me to do was make enough where I paid my rent and and stopped asking them for money.
Yes.
So I feel like once I did that, they kind of like were okay with me doing anything.
Yeah, you can have the things that make you happy if it's not your job, and as long as you have a job and are having money come in, I think that's what will stop a lot of family members.
Yeah, and Mr. Van Winkle, I don't know how old you are, but I mean, I didn't figure myself out until I was 30.
He might be 2,112 years old.
So you have time, There's no deadline to figuring out your future. You can literally.
And if it's about relationships, I mean, it's the same. Like, just I don't know. Like, I don't know what the certain pressure you're getting from your family is, but unfortunately, it is. It's frustrating to say this, but it is because they love you. So I would just say, hey, I'm human. I'm working on it, kind of thing.
Yeah, back off. They're just worried about you. That's it.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think they're losing sleep over this, but maybe they are.
Yes.
All right, everyone. So let's move on to more lighter topics involving us.
Yeah, let's getting us, and we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, we'll get back to you guys after handling some other things.
I like this little format, though. Maybe a little bit up top and us in the middle.
Well, I got to give credit. Dr. Deb recommended this, former therapist.
Dr. Deb's great.
She talked to me on the phone, was like, you guys rush the topics. Why don't you bring them up in the beginning? I'm like, all right, let's try it out.
Bye.
Yeah, so yeah, she brought that up at the end of another conversation that I was having with somebody else. She messaged me that,
Oh, nice.
and I had to. That was a joke. I don't know.
Oh, I got you. It was rushed at the end.
It was rushed at the end. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But the sorry, everybody.
Maybe you were talking to her husband. I know you know him.
That's true. That mystery man. That mystery
Patreon subscriber.
Patreon subscriber is a fan of football. Whoever he is. All right. So this week. All right. Let's reverse back. When did I see you last in person? I saw you at QED.
We did the show. Oh, QED, but we did that show together that we talked about last episode.
Yeah. So when did I see you at QED though?
That was Wednesday.
That was Wednesday. So Wednesday I saw you, and you're wearing these glasses I'd never seen before.
Yes, I had like these contact issues. I've been meaning to bring this up on the podcast. I'll make it really quick.
Okay.
When I did the run of shows in Georgia and Tennessee, I left my glasses at my aunt's house in Georgia.
Oh.
So I've been without glasses and just wearing contacts. For people with contacts, that's a pain because then you have to keep them in longer and it starts to hurt.
So that's what you're wearing now is contacts?
I'm wearing contacts. You've known I wear contacts.
I feel like this is a remix of The Devil Goes Down to Georgia.
I went down to Georgia and left my contacts there. My glasses
I
there.
left my glasses at my aunt's house.
She called me up and I didn't answer.
I couldn't see what the caller ID was.
Said she'd mail them to me, but I got some glasses from Warby.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Warby Parker.
So that's what you were wearing?
Yeah, new glasses.
So the glasses you were wearing, you said you were wearing Caitlin's.
No, I said on stage, because this happened a couple of times, we have two contact cases in our bathroom, same color. They look exactly the same. And a couple of times Caitlin's put my contacts in, taken them out and put them back and put hers on. And then she left for...
Just by accident?
Yeah. No, just to see how the world looks in my eyes.
You never know a man's journey until you spend a...
That sounds like a Johnny Cash song. I don't even the way you start. You don't even know how man.
Well, what's that? Where the moccasins for a moon's journey? You don't know.
I know what you're talking about. But it's boiled down to until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
Oh, it's there's nothing about the moon, right?
No, but moccasins is in there, I think.
Okay, maybe that's why it's confusing me. So you never know another man's journey until you spend a mile in their eyeballs.
What are you moccasin me?
Speaking of contact, what's up with the flags? Flag football.
Dr. Deb's husband would know. Big fan. Anyways, oh yeah. So I had to buy new glasses, and those were them because Caitlin, I thought, had worn my contacts, but for some reason my contacts just needed to be tossed and use new ones.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back to my story, saw you in your glasses, and I thought, I'd never seen you in glasses before outside. So I'm like, do I need those? Because you're wearing them. I had this monkey want to see better.
Oh, that's the clip.
All right.
Man.
So I was, when you get something in your head, like when somebody's like, oh, there's ticks around these woods, you start going like, oh, you think ticks are in your head?
Right.
So I saw you in your glasses and I started thinking my eyes were bad.
Yeah, you started squinting.
Yeah.
Look like you're doing an impression of a mole.
Yeah, I was like looking at my computer and I'm like, ugh, I can't see anything. all that had changed is I saw you in glasses, but
Man, I didn't know that influenced you. So because here's the way you are now is how I saw you that day. You didn't
tell you like
You
maybe
didn't
I need
publicly-
glasses. Maybe I told somebody else there.
You didn't publicly freak out once.
I didn't freak out, but I just put the idea in my head. You know,
Well,
the
yeah,
inception.
Yeah, you didn't open up about this.
No. Yeah. So, and then plus I didn't really realize the idea was in my head, and I didn't start freaking out until I was at home on my computer, and I thought I couldn't see.
And then Maddie was like, "Your computer's over here."
Yeah, I'm just looking at a window.
Yeah, you're typing on the window.
Yeah. I'm like, literally Windows.
Windows 2.
Windows 0, 1. Windows open because the window was open.
You're like, "Let me minimize this."
Close window. Hit X. I got a virus. Somebody coughed outside.
Yeah, your virus makes your apartment smell like spaghetti.
I wish. So I had to like figure out. I have insurance, and I know I had vision, so I had to like look all that up. I never pulled up the vision, and I was like, "This thing's probably a piece of crap."
Right.
Vision crap. Print it. I call like there's literally no contact. I call the.
I didn't have contacts either.
I wanted contacts. I left a message. Finally, I had to like look at it myself, and all I had to do was like go to the insurance company's website, literally put in my name, and they're like, "Here's your thing." I'm like, "Wow." Well, I had to put my social security number in too, but I'm like, "That's pretty easy."
Mm-hmm.
For the giving up your privacy, you can get an insurance card knowing nothing else except about things about you.
Yeah.
So I printed that, or actually, I don't have a printer. I took a photo of it, took it over. I remember I used to live by this place, and it was called Astoria Eye Care,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked cool. Like it had like there was like a shutter next to it, like a shuttered business, and they hired a graffiti artist to draw like the eye chart on this shutter
Oh, that's cool.
in graffiti, and I was like, that's pretty cool. It's called Astoria Eye Care, and I think like above the door there was glasses or something else cool and artsy.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing nothing about the place,
Right.
other than I like the design.
You looked up 0 reviews.
Looked up 0 reviews. I knew it was in Astoria, and I think I might have typed Astoria optometrist. Nothing else came up. So I look up this place on the Google Maps. Nothing's there, and I'm like, oh god, they didn't survive the pandemic. Search Astoria optometrist. Astoria Eye Care comes up, but they moved. Now they're deeper in Astoria.
Okay.
This was like on the edge.
Yeah.
Details aside, I call them, and they said you can come on in today.
Mm-hmm.
So I take my photo of my insurance card, take my eyes, I take Maddie because I might need glasses, and they change your whole face, you know.
Right.
How long did you spend looking for glasses?
Here's what I think you're saying, that you did the same thing I did. I go, "Kate, I need new glasses." She's like, "All right, let's go." And
She just volunteered right away?
Yeah, she because I'm all about can I see, but she's like, you got to look like a human. So she picked the glasses that people seem to like.
She picked those completely?
Yeah. She gave me choice. Like, she was like, these look good on you. And I'm like, I'm not a watchmaker. Those stink.
Are they like the round ones?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Look like the Tootsie Roll owl?
Yeah.
Or the guy on Buzz from Jeopardy?
Yeah, there was one that looked like it's where the guy doesn't really need glasses, but he needs to pick the lock, so he has the rims to. There was so many bad glasses. There was ones that made me look like the dad from Schitt's Creek. So they're all, those thick glasses.
Oh, the nerd ones?
Yeah.
From Revenge of the Nerds?
Eugene Levy. I couldn't remember his name. He's in like every movie we reference, but
That's true.
and
Quality actor.
he's so good. But then she picked these, and I'm like, oh, these are them, and those are the ones I ended up with. So
These are them are those.
yeah, these are my eyes. So you brought your eyes, you brought Maddie.
Yeah. So we get there, and there was a couple things I wanted to say. So, okay. So they're like, it's gonna be like maybe a half hour. So we're just looking at all the glasses. We put them on, laugh, put them back, And then
Yeah.
the guy comes up and he's like, "You can't do that." We're like, "Huh?" They're like, we have to clean those." He was like yelling at us.
Oh, that's so funny. There's a pandemic.
I know. I forgot. I'm in like
Yeah, you're-
2019.
You're like in a montage when you're on a first date with the girl in the rom-com.
yeah. I'm in 2019 Sunglasses Hut.
Yeah, you're
Me-
woke up this morning.
It's
Yeah.
like in Wonder Woman 1984 when he comes out with different outfits for no reason. But
God, that
I'm coming out with the glasses, the watchmaker glasses,
Yeah,
the clear
yeah.
frames that
Oh, this explains your Instagram photo.
Oh yeah. Well, that's later.
Okay,
But
keep going.
those I don't even know what that was. He put those on me. Those are like professional glasses. Or whatever. I mean, like the
A professional robot.
Well, I'll get into it. Well, I can just. I guess that's not a part of the story, but that is. Okay, I'll get into it later. Okay, I'll explain that picture later.
No
It's on
worries.
my Instagram. Everybody, Andrew Chavone Instagram. So
he has to clean every single pair
he
of
has
glasses.
to clean every single pair of glasses. We touched them all and laughed at them all. It's like a price chart. He gave us a tray to put the used ones in now, but then there's a price chart there. They're all pretty expensive, but I'm like, all right, it's your face. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the the optometrist comes out, brings us back. We're I sit in front of the thing, the glasses thing where he goes 1, 2,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he's like, better 1 or 2, and I'm like, they look the same, and he's like, okay, now how about these 3 or 4, and I'm like, I guess 3. I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I think there's been stand-up jokes about it, but if
Regan.
Regan has that.
He's
That
it's
he
like one of
does.
his most famous bits. Where the guy gets mad at him. He's like, you like it better like 1 or like 2? And he's like, they're both the same. Well, why would I waste my time and yours? I'm not going to do the bit justice.
Oh my God, that's so true and so similar. So he just takes off the glasses and just holds a pen in front of my face and goes, "Are there 1 or 2?"
Or I'll stab you.
And I say, "It's like 1.5," because it's like kind of, and then he just says, 1.5. Focus. Focus on the pen, and my eyes cross. I'm like, it's 1. So then he does more things, and then he goes, "Listen, you
Have ADD.
yeah, you have bigger issues than eyes." He says, he goes, "Listen, you the thing." Oh, and then he puts those glasses on me that I put on my Instagram, and he's like, "How do they look? Or how do you see out of them? How do they look when you put them on?" And I go, "They look foggy." And he's like, "Well, that's because you're wearing your mask." Because I was wearing the Corona mask.
God, this is like an Abbott and Costello bit.
So he's like, "All right, I'm gonna leave. You take off the mask." And I'm like, "Okay, great." So
I'm going to leave because we need the whole staff to clean all the glasses.
we're gonna have to hire a contractor.
We called some people in.
So as soon as he leaves, I take the selfie with him, and I'm like, "This is look at this." And then he laughs, and then he comes back in. I'm like, "These look great. I think I want these." And he says, "Okay, listen, these are the weakest." This is the weakest prescription we possibly can give you. This is beyond weak.
Right.
He says, you can either, my advice to you, I'm telling you, you don't need glasses. And he asked me about my day and how I like look at screens all day.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what you should do is come back in 6 months. In 6 months, you should take breaks from looking at the screen. Every 30 minutes, you should look away from the screen for like 30 seconds. You think you can do that? And I said, and I honestly said, just give me the glasses. I don't think that's going to happen. I am too much on screens
Oh,
to
man, that's so funny.
And he goes, all right.
So you have glasses now?
I put in the order. And then So let me jump around. So I'm jumping to. We finally picked a pair of glasses. Me and Maddie both agree on. And I'm like, I don't even see these on the price chart they gave us in the tray to put the dirty ones in. I think these are gonna be really expensive. And then the guy goes, "Oh yeah, these are the ones that the insurance covers for free because they're just
Ugly.
ugly."
Even the watchmakers are turning them down.
So, free glasses.
Wow.
And the guy was like, "You have really good insurance." And I'm like, "This is the first I've ever heard. This is the first time I've ever heard these words come out of somebody's mouth."
Yeah, I'm in debt for every other doctor's appointment.
Literally every doctor's appointment. Every time I have to get my medical stinks, but I guess the eyes are good. But I don't know.
I see.
I see clearly now. The rain's gone. So got the I pick them up in 2 weeks. So I'm thinking I'll just wear those. What intrigued me about the glasses is I could put them on, do work, take them off, do comedy, and I would have like a subconscious Clark Kent thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Where glasses on means business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glasses off, funny.
Funny.
No business.
Yeah. Monkey business.
Monkey business. Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think that's great. That's what I do.
You put them on to focus and then take them off to relax?
Well, I wear contacts when I don't have my glasses on. So the glasses are on because it rests my eyes from contacts. Like at a certain point, your eyes get dry from contacts.
Yeah, I've seen the Ben Stein commercial.
Oh,
Do you have dry eyes? And he like cleans a beach ball.
yeah.
Forgot about that. I was like, what? This sounds horrible. Contacts seem horrifying. You feel like a beach ball that's been out on the beach? That's how you feel?
No, just when you've had them on all day.
Yeah, right. So
I'm glasses until I leave the door to do comedy.
interesting. So I have a part 2 of this story.
Okay.
So I'm getting evaluated by the doctor in the thing where I'm giggling and he's shoving the pen in my face. And then he starts like, once he gets over the serious stuff, he kind of becomes like jovial or whatever. Looser. Yeah, he relaxes now that I'm giving him an easier time or whatever. And his cadence starts sounding familiar to me. He goes, "What are you up to this weekend? Blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, this guy is like a comedian's cadence. He sounds like Mark Normand.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "Ah, boo, boo,
I don't know anybody that sounds like him.
I don't know me neither, especially not in this room. So it was just like bothering me so much. I'm like, no one can naturally sound like this guy. You have to be a comedian or listen to podcasts. So he asked me what I'm doing this weekend, and I just say, I'm going to a comedy show, trying to dredge his reaction. He goes, "Oh, fun."
Oh.
And I go, "Is that something you like?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah.
And I go,
Who do you like?
I go, "Who do you like?" And the first name he names is Adrienne Appalucci.
Oh.
Which I'm like, wow, that's a deep cut in the comedy world.
Yes.
And I'm like, "How did you hear of her?" And he goes, "I love comedy podcasts." And I'm like, I knew it. And I go, "Do you like Tuesdays with Stories?" And he goes, "With Mark Normand?" "Yeah."
What if he said Joe List?
Joe List. Well, yeah, he also mentioned Joe because I said, "Oh, you like Tuesdays with Stories? Joe lives in this neighborhood." And he goes, "I know. I saw him walking. He's so tall." And I go, and he goes, "Do you know who I saw the other day?" And his voice gets all low. And I'm like, "Who? Like a celebrity or what?"
Yeah.
Louis C.K. or something? And he goes, "Chris Scopo."
We referenced him recently.
I had ice cream with him last week. And I told him, I said, "I just got ice cream with that guy." And he goes, "No way. You with him?"
Did I tell you that I was doing shows in D.C. and I had a heckler that yelled, "Do you know Chris Scopo?"
Oh, my God. Did we talk about that?
I think we did. It's been a bit, but I saw Chris recently, and I was like, "Hey, do you have any?" And he's like, "I know all about it."
Oh, the person told
Yeah,
him?
the person told him.
Isn't that crazy? Maybe Chris Copo is more famous than we
Is
think.
Chris the most famous comedian in the world?
And then he goes, I'm like, really? He said, yeah, he was just walking his dog. He's taller than I thought he would be. I'm like, no.
How short is this optometrist?
This optometrist needs glasses.
Oh man.
So the guy was immediately like, as soon as I told him I knew Chris Copo, he was like, I got the different treatment.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna give you 2 pairs of
I'm
glasses.
going to make you look at a pen and not yell at you.
Should have told him, hey, do you know that Brian Regan bit?
He probably does.
He was probably doing it to you.
I bet he was. Yeah. I bet he loves Brian. And man, I didn't even think of name drop Brian Regan. But Chris Scopo.
Well, I mean, the guy's flipping out over Chris Scopo. No offense to Chris.
But I'm like, man, if
We're gonna get Chris Scopo on the podcast.
we got to bring Chris. I'm like thinking I'll either walk in with Chris Scopo, or if ever I see Joe List in the same area, if I bring Joe List in, this guy's eyes are going to pop out of his head.
He's gonna drop your glasses.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We just talked about him on the
Yeah,
bonus too,
yeah.
because the roast
Yes.
that I did, he was the first act.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy. How
Small world.
Man. Yeah, he just went through a breakup too. He was telling me about it. I don't know. That's why when we went to get ice cream, because he doesn't drink.
So you're like, hey, let's get a couple of scoops.
Exactly. How do you commiserate a guy who doesn't drink?
You want to toss back a pint?
How about a couple of cones?
A couple of cones with the bros. Wow.
Found this guy at the bottom of a Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, it's getting chunky monkey in here. Don't worry.
It's not all cookies and cream.
Don't worry. One day you'll be a chubby hubby.
Or a chunky monkey.
I said chunky monkey.
Oh, that's right. Let's put it in my head.
No, this is where we banana split.
Pistachio. Isn't that bad? Do you like that?
All right, let's get back on Moose Tracks.
It's been a rocky road so far.
Oh man, fish food. Anyways,
That's
a flavor. That's what Jeff would get all the time.
Ew. A little flaky.
No, it was. I don't understand why it was called that, but it was.
Is it goldfish?
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
It was.
you just get but it's Ben and Jerry's, right?
Yeah.
I'd imagine so.
I think they were just running out of names.
Because like Ben and Jerry's has like all the names that are gross, like Chunky Monkey. If your deli was like, hey, what do you got? Oh, Chunky Monkey, and you didn't know Ben and Jerry's, you'd be like, that sounds disgusting. But Ben and Jerry's gets away with it. What are you doing?
I'm looking up fish food.
Oh, gotcha.
Fish food has caramel and chocolate, and it's spelled like the band Fish.
Oh, PH.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
caramel and chocolate. Oh, chocolate goldfish.
Oh, interesting. Does it usually go on for too long? And
It's a jam snack.
our mutual friend Tobin, he told me he listens to their live shows.
Yeah, he goes and sees them all the time. And Eric, the tour manager of Regan, knows the woman that's like their accountant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a weird reference.
So he tells me all these fish stories. It's pretty cool.
From the accountant?
Yeah.
Man, their tax this year. You should have seen the write-off. What is the accountant doing?
I think she like
The traveling accountant?
maybe not account, but like finance, like something with money on the road. So she's traveling with them. Maybe she's their purchaser or something. I don't know. There's so many. When you think a tour is just 3 people, a band is like 47.
I mean, they're playing at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
12 or 13 nights. Well, I guess 13. They did that Baker's Dozen thing.
Yeah,
That is a lot of money.
yeah.
To sell out Madison Square Garden once is a ton of money. That's like over $1 million.
Yeah.
To sell it out 13 times, that's $13 million in a week for just messing around on stage. I mean, that's what we do, but
Yeah.
we don't get paid millions.
No.
Oh, so Tobin, I was like, what are you listening to? I looked at his phone. It just said like,
Chris Scopo.
no, it just, yeah, right. No, it just said like Detroit, like 1995. And I'm like, huh? He's like, oh, it's a live show.
Wow.
He's just listening.
Yeah, he's a big fan. He's a diehard.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would listen to a song. I wouldn't listen to a date and a place.
Oh, just the sounds of the city. But don't worry, it's 20 years ago.
You thought Detroit 1995 was good. Check out Detroit 1996.
That's when they really get.
That's when they really rock.
That's when they really found their voice. Well, I got to get into one here.
All right.
And then we got to get into topics, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I had to take Bowie to the vet.
Oh, my gosh.
She has this eye thing where her eye tears up.
Okay.
And it looks like it stings her because she'll like do that blink that you were probably doing to the optometrist.
Is she watching the end of Forrest Gump when the son says, "Are you my daddy?"
Oh, maybe she's just emotional. It's always during.
Is she's watching the scene in Forrest Gump where he asks, "Is he special too?"
It's always during SPCA commercials.
Is that
the pet ones? Arms of the Angel.
Yeah, it's either that or the Canadian Baseball League.
Okay, so either one are tragic, but we were so I took her to the vet. Now I've had Bowie since the pandemic. I got her in July of last year.
Pandemic pet.
Petdemic. I got every time I've taken her to the vet.
Litter pan.
Peter Pan. Every time I've taken her to the.
She Tinkerbells in the litter box.
That was good. I didn't think it would never land.
I thought you were a Lost Boy.
I was waiting for the Captain Hook.
Give this guy a hand. The crocodile ate it.
TikTok. So I take Bowie every time I've taken Bowie to the vet since I've had her. The vet doesn't allow you in the building.
Uh-huh.
They just take your animal, and you wait outside. So I drive there, and
you should name your cat Elvis. Elvis has entered the building.
I get Bowie.
Oh yeah.
So I get there, and there's no parking whatsoever. At all, and I'm like, I don't want to be late for the appointment because it's going to hold up my whole day, and so I park in front of a hydrant.
Oh God!
And I do the flashers, and I'm like,
That's my move.
And I'm like, I'm just dropping off the cat.
Oh,
they're not gonna have me come in the building, and I call. They have you call, and then they come out. I call, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for Bowie's appointment, and they're like, great, we'll buzz you in, and I'm like, And I go in.
Oh, my God.
And they're like, hey, do you have a mask? And I had my mask in the car because
That's a good reason to go back.
I go back, just grab the mask because I still had to bring the cat to them.
I would have been like, hey, I got to pull this around. I mean, I would have just said I had trouble finding the mask, but I would have been parking the car.
I said that. I'm like, I have trouble finding my mask. They're like, well, come back when you have one. So I just ran to the car and came back with it. And give them the cat, and they're like, I go to like hand them the cat, and they're like, well, the technician will be out in a second, and I'm like, huh?
Technician?
And they're like,
what is this? Auto repair?
like their nurse. I think they had the oil leak in her eye, but
yeah, you gotta change like bulbs, balls,
eyeballs, eye bulbs. So then they take me into the room, and they have me. They're like, have a seat. Like it's my appointment.
Have a seat. What is this? Chris Hansen? What's going on here?
So we've noticed you've been messaging the vet.
How old is this cat?
You said you were having troubles with your kitty. Care to explain?
Do you mind explaining why you brought booze and cookies and treats?
No. What is this about fish food? Where were you in Detroit, 1995?
Were you rocking or rolling?
So I'm like sitting there going, oh my God, the car. And also I've got my cat in this bag. Cat's in the bag still.
Don't let it out.
She's like being super good, which like an animal in a bag can only last so long before it starts crying.
This is like that travel bag with the mesh
Yes.
and not a grocery bag or something.
Maybe that. Yeah. It said ice on the side. That makes sense. But anyways.
Oh, ice bag?
Yeah, like an ice bag at a grocery store. But
I thought you were thinking of the immigration committee.
oh.
I was like,
So
I was like, they have a store?
the nurse comes in and is asking me questions, and I'm like, I just answer them all, and they're like, all right, the vet will be with you shortly. And I'm like, oh my God, the car is in front of the hydrant.
What neighborhood are you in?
Crown Heights.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little better than up here.
Better than up here, for sure. And then the vet comes in and's like, all right, let's get started, and does all the pet stuff with me in the room. Before pandemic, when I had pets, they never had you in the room when they did all the stuff.
So how did that feel? I know you had the anxiety of the car being outside, but did it feel like you were a parent?
The car went away as soon as this happened.
You felt like a dad?
I immediately went to dad mode, and I'm like, wait, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we're just going to give her some shots. And I'm like, okay. And then they hold her down, and I immediately was like fighting the urge to get up.
You were like, is that Pfizer or Moderna?
And they give her, I thought they were going to shoot it into her mouth because some medicine they can do that.
Those liquid things.
Yeah. And then they hold Bowie down, and I'm like, oh my God. And Bowie starts crying, and it was the loudest cries I've ever heard her do. And I'm just like dying. And they give her one.
It's worse that you're there. You don't need to be there.
I don't need to be there.
It's traumatizing for both of you guys. Because she's like, Daddy, help.
Yeah, it was so, oh God. They give her the first shot, and I'm like, okay, it's over. And they're like, all right, let's do this other one. And then
other one.
Yeah, and it's like a giant needle. It looks like the needle for when they're fundraising.
Fundraising what?
When they do the color.
Oh. I think that's a thermometer.
Oh, damn it. But anyways,
well, I guess it's a needle too.
Yeah, but
they're raising money for
Mercury. Freddie. So they're like, all right, this second shot's gonna be hard. She's like mad at us for the first one.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Why would she be delighted?
So they're like, let's do the towel thing. And they put the towel over her head.
Okay.
And start asking her, for the information. And doing a car battery to her nipples. Torturing joke.
The Gitmo strategy.
Yeah. But they put a towel over her head, and she keeps knocking it off. And they're like, all right, I guess we'll do burrito. And
that's a medical term?
I guess it is. They're like, we'll wrap your cat in a towel burrito. And then I think at one point they were like, all right, which kind, like burrito? Should we do this burrito or that?
Should we do the burrito or the chimichanga?
Yeah, maybe we could do a quesadilla and flatten the cat out. And it's taking forever, and the cat's screaming, and it was killing me. And then they do it, and then they're like, all right, and then they have a good day.
So they wrap the burrito, they put the needle in like her butt or something? Like
I don't even know. The towel was over the cat.
They put the needle through the towel or
no, under the towel. But I was worried they were going to do the whole time it was like a hidden camera magician show, and they were going to lift the towel and it's an alligator.
That'd be fun.
So they give me the cat, and they're like, all right, just wait out front to be billed.
Ugh.
And now I'm waiting for an expensive charge while potentially having another expensive charge around the corner.
Those tickets, if you don't know, $115
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
in New York City.
And then I pay them and I sprint to the car, and there was a truck blocking all sight of my car in front of the hydrant.
Okay.
So you couldn't see that my car was blocking the hydrant because this delivery truck was parked there.
Oh,
So no one gave me a ticket, and I was fine.
interesting. That's cool.
It was amazing.
That's a happy ending. I love the not getting the ticket. To me, that's like gambling. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm like wagering.
I was like, Kitty needs a new vax.
it's like the reverse. It's the reverse gambling because you gain, like in New York City,
Oh, yeah, you keep the money.
you keep like $1 because you save money from not. Sometimes I'll pull into the meter spot to run in, and then that's like wagering $1. I save $1, and I'm wagering like $100. It's like so dumb.
Right.
Just put in the dollar, but sometimes you're running so late you don't have time.
Like that Halloween costume that you talked about here years ago.
Then I got the ticket, and
Yeah.
so dumb. And I think that I messed up the meter. I think the meter went out on that
Yeah.
one. Or I don't know, but okay. I have like a hydrant story that just reminded me of.
Sure.
Same thing. I had to go to a doctor's appointment, and I'm like circling the block, and there's nothing. And then I see a car pull out, and I'm like, thank God. I pull into that spot, and it's like middle of December. It's like snow everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I I go to the doctor. I come out, ticket on the windshield, pissed, and I see that the city just came and shoveled the street and uncovered a hydrant that was next to the to the car. There was a hydrant covered in snow,
Oh my God.
and they dug it out, and then I got a ticket, and I appealed it or whatever. You can do that on the website, and I said there was snow, and then they dug it out, and then that's not fair. And then they write like this decision that's like a paragraph long, and it said there's still a hydrant there. Doesn't matter if it snowed. Crap.
That snow blows.
I know.
Should we get in the
Let's do it.
topics here? So these are some that we didn't get to last week, and then some from this week.
All right. Let me just check the time. Oh my goodness. All right.
Going over?
No, we're good.
Okay. Sean at Dean Sucks
Oh yeah.
having to go
He
back.
subscribed to us on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Sean. Having to go back into the office after working from home for so long.
That's it? That's the topic?
Yes.
Yeah, man. You're like a cut. It's so weird. And I think we talked about this on all our pandemic episodes. The elastic snap around this whole year has been of just weird, dramatic, life-altering changes with no destination.
Right.
Like, the first 2 weeks you were like, all right, we're going to go back to the office. And then it's like been a year. And then by the time you finally get used to being remote, that's when the second you get used to it, they call you back in and you're like, this stinks. But that's what you were used to before for how many years you're working. And yeah, I feel for you. It stinks. It sucks that they should have done like a hybrid first or whatever. But I
think a hybrid would have helped a lot of people transition back.
Yeah, I know. And
I know some places did it.
And I been seeing on TikTok these videos of HR calling the employee and saying, all right, when can we expect you back in the office? And they say, oh, you're quitting. Okay. Like, people rather, or people are like, I saw another one that said, we're bringing everyone back in 2 weeks. And then it cuts to the employee and he says, well, that's my 2 weeks notice because I'm out of here. But then I'm like thinking like, where are these people going? Because everywhere I feel like it's going to open up soon. I feel like.
Right. I think that's the thing. Like people are not going back because of unemployment, but that's going to go away.
Yeah, but you have to get fired too. Like if you say you're not coming back, you don't get unemployment.
Right.
You technically quit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just keep in mind. What's his name again? Dean Sucks.
Yes.
Keep in mind, Dean Sucks. Everyone's going through this. Everyone's suffering at the same time. It's this collective suffering of everyone being dragged back to the office.
Right.
When we all had that collective suffering of being inside the whole time, and be blessed you have a job and whatever.
Yeah.
And some people had to work like a month after the quarantine. I know Ronnie was like delivering pizzas, our listener, and people working at Home Depot and stuff.
Right.
They didn't even get to work remote. They
Yeah.
had to like literally go back and service us. So I feel for them, and knowing that they were working the whole time, and I know a lot of our listeners have been working the whole time, makes me feel a little better about about having to come back. And
Of course.
an ideal world would be remote all the time, but
Well, I'm glad that you still have your job and are at least working. Dean sucks. So
and then maybe they'll be like, you know what? People were more productive when they worked at home.
right.
Maybe they'll
Some
send-
places might change.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll send you back.
Oklahoman mom
Oh yeah.
tweeted swimsuit season post-apocalypse.
Oh yeah. That one got a lot of likes. I saw.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's funny. Yeah. I think we all go through that, except for me apparently, which you said at the beginning.
You're looking great.
Yeah.
Just get some lifts in your running shoes and fast.
Get some pep in your step. Get some pepper on your steak. Yeah, I mean, same thing, Oklahoma mom. Everyone's going through that. I mean, I don't know anyone except for Chris Scopo who somehow lost weight
and
G-
became a celebrity.
became a celebrity. He's the only one I know that's lost weight. Everyone else I know is like bloated and
Yeah.
because we I don't know what about maybe being here so long. Like if you're working in an office, there's less food. Like there's
Right,
there,
right.
You have lunch and then that's it.
Yeah. Here, there's the entire fridge is your stuff.
The entire fridge, the entire cabinets are
Yeah.
all snacks and food. So, I guess going back to the office will help you. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been not missing a day of exercising. The watch rings have been making me like the OCD of filling them has made me exercise more.
Yeah, the Apple Watch.
Yeah, and I've lost weight and I'm doing way better, and it's good for your mental health. So any sort of exercise.
One time I couldn't find my Apple Watch and I worked out and I came home and it said, "You have done nothing."
Oh, I hate it.
I did. You weren't there.
It's
I swear.
You walk in and it's sitting in the chair with a lamp over it. Where have you been?
Hello.
Oh, look who's home. Some from today. Jenny Marie, my dad lives across the country in California, so I can't help him deal with recovery from major spinal surgery.
Oh my God.
And now he's gotten COVID while he's in the hospital.
What?
I feel helpless, anxious, and depressed.
Man, I feel for your dad. Hopefully he's vaccinated, because I know that's not a death sentence anymore if you're vaccinated, even though you have your spine
Right.
ripped out like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Well, hopefully your dad is vaxxed. He's already in the hospital, so maybe they're able to get a head start on taking care of him with the symptoms.
Yeah, and I hope your doctor's not Sub-Zero, because he wears a doctor's mask in the game. He wears the surgical mask.
And even if you were in California, I don't know if they would let you go see him because of the virus. So, unfortunately, it stinks about the distance. But all you can do is just keep in touch and hope that everything works out, I guess.
Yeah, hope for the best. If he's vaccinated, that's pretty cool, and he's in the hospital, so he's got access to the ICU.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then, I mean, his spine will be better.
Yeah, and I see you because of my contacts.
Yeah, right. And I can't really speak to any of it either because I'm spineless, and I don't have a backbone for this kind of stuff. I also, my mom was getting same kind of treatment because I stepped on a crack.
Wow. Very good. And best of luck to you and your family, Jenny. We love you, and these are all jokes. We really hope you're all right.
We are. Yeah, we hope you're all right.
And send us a DM if you need someone to vent to.
Jenny has been a long-time listener, so we're happy you wrote in.
Yeah, we love you, Jenny. Patch tweeted incompetent doctors and mainly their lack of response.
Man, that's tying into Jenny's.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you don't have a competent doctor, unless my joke of Sub-Zero is true, and he rips out your dad's spine and holds it up and says, fatality. But I'll stop talking about that. Yeah, competent doctors, I don't know. Well, my doctor at the eye doctor was something else.
Yeah. I hate the lack of response. I know what you mean. But, you got to think of it from their end. Maybe they don't have all the information they can give you yet. There's tests that need to be done, and sometimes they take longer. And obviously, doctors are very busy right now because of the second wave of the virus. So.
And you can look up their credentials. If you live in New York State, you can just type in a doctor's name, and you'll see where they went to med school. So you can see if they went to, the med school.
Can you see their rating?
They don't have a rating, but you can see what their specialties are, where they went to med school. I'm sure. I don't know if other states have it. I know New York State has it. It's called the Department of Professions, so you can scope it out that way. Because I don't know if I trust Google reviews, because you can just pay people to write them.
Yeah, that's true. We gotta pay some people.
Yeah, I know. You gotta do some damage control here.
Yeah, and do we have time for?
Yeah, we got some time.
Let's see here. There was another one that I trying to find it. Oh, here we go. The neighbor's son-in-law is threatening to come murder them.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Who's that from?
Luna Longbottom.
Luna Longbottom.
At No Soup for U94.
That's pretty funny.
Great name. That was what Tobin was listening to on his iPod.
Don't ask her for any bread. That's what George did in the show.
The neighbor's son-in-law.
Can I just have some bread? What? Some bread. Bread. No soup for you.
The neighbor's son-in-law is threatening to come murder them.
Well, I think that's a job for the police. I don't know how we can help you at all. That sounds horrible.
And we're also reading this a week late, so.
Oh God! Hopefully you made it.
Yeah. Well, they're just next door.
I would call a police restraining order. I don't know. If you get a restraining order with somebody who lives next door to you, that's pretty. I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe they have to move.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would make a report maybe, or have your neighbors make a report. That's crazy. Or maybe that the son-in-law listens, and if he does, don't do it.
Has anyone ever threatened your life, Steven?
No. I mean, inadvertently, when the guy punched me in the face, I was like, I bet you he'd love to keep going.
The subway guy.
Yeah.
Or the guy that hit you with the car. Or hit your car with his car.
Yeah. So I bet there's people that want me dead. How about you?
Just when I made fun of those skateboarders, I got
oh, that's right,
death threats, and then I was afraid to promote a comedy show that night because I was freaked out. I didn't know if they would come.
Right.
So I feel that. Other than that, I don't know. Homeless people and crazy people on the subway.
Yeah,
yelling stuff out, but I don't know. That I feel for you. It's weird. Neighbor's son-in-law, so. It's a weird. That's like a Maury episode. We got alien abductees.
You are the killer.
Yeah, right. We got alien abductees and murderous sons-in-laws. Next, after Judge Judy.
Oh man. Well, that's all our time for the topics.
Well, that was a great batch of topics.
Yeah.
That was a good
fun ep.
That flew by.
Yeah.
And you gotta go to this optometrist if you want. Story I care.
Yeah, it sounds so cool. You might have to bring a girl to get in, but but yeah, I'll check it out.
Do you have one?
An optometrist?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to VisionWorks to get more contacts. That's all.
That's just the glasses store?
Yeah.
Do they test you there?
Yeah, you can get.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah. But maybe I'll go to this place.
I mean, name drops.
I'd love to have an eye guy that likes comedy.
He loves it, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell him that I live in the same building as Joe, and he'll probably give me free glasses.
Tell him he opened for Brian Regan. He'll
yeah.
give you a free eyeball. All right, everyone. That's been our episode. Thanks for writing in. Continue to write in. Respond to the tweet asking for topics. We'll talk about it next week.
Yes. Please subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the Patreon. $5 a month. You get 4 bonus episodes a month.
We just had a new one. Christine. Shout out to you.
Yes. Thank you, Christine.
Do you know her?
I only saw the name Christine. I didn't see a
Oh.
last name, so I'm not sure.
Well, Mystery Christine, thanks for listening. We got a lot of good feedback on the YouTube, so keep subscribing and commenting and all that stuff.
Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the outro.
Stay tuned, everybody.
My heart starts beating really fast. I'm like sweating and trembling.
Me too.
Am I gonna die?
Yeah.